All right, give us something to feel good about. That's that's the main thing tomorrow in San Francisco. Seattle Seahawks traveling down to play the 1-9 with a one-game winning streak San Francisco 49ers. It's not been a fun week since the Falcons game for obvious reasons. My video got over 1,000 views, and I got a lot of negative comments. That's it's fine. I understand. Maybe some of the things I said in the aftermath of that game were a little irrational. Fine, I'm okay with that. Can you totally blame me for being a little irrational after a game like that? Um, Realistically, obviously, the team has to win, has to win to avoid practically getting eliminated from the playoff picture and avoiding a massive, massive embarrassment that will make us forget about the playoffs almost entirely because we'll be too embarrassed to even consider the possibility. And more than that, they need to make the fans feel good because, by my count, we have had 3 straight weeks of feeling like garbage. You lose to Washington at home, garbage. You beat the Cardinals in a fairly close game, but you lose Richard Sherman for the season and a couple other guys for a few games, possibly. Garbage. And then you lose at home to the Atlanta Falcons. It just didn't feel good, guys. And I understand that the games have all been close. This team is not getting blown out. This team is not getting worked. So certainly you would expect to go into San Francisco a team that is playing for next year, a team that is playing for the future, a team that isn't even going to go with their quarterback of the future yet. They're sticking with C.J. Beathard or Beathard, or I don't care to figure out how to pronounce his name because he's not going to be the starter for very long there, is he? And our defense, which has a lot of problems right now in the secondary, we're still trotting Jeremy Lane out there. Hopefully we have Shaquille Griffin this week. I think we will. We've still got a safety back there who I like. I like McDougald very much, Bradley McDougald, but he's not Cam Chancellor. He's not anywhere near as good as the guy he's replacing. We still have Nico Thorpe playing significant minutes at cornerback, snaps at cornerback, rather. And basically our pass defense, it's a mess. When we're asking our secondary to try to help win the game for us, we're asking an awful lot from guys who just aren't that caliber of player. So in a game like this, it shouldn't matter as much. We're playing an offense that has, for the most part this season, been very unproductive. They don't do much of anything all that well. And it's the kind of game where you would hope that your pass rush, your rush defense, your front seven in general controls the game by themselves. You would hope they get enough pressure to cancel out whatever the secondary is not doing back there to help you win, and you would control the game through there because, look, the game's in San Francisco, we're playing on natural grass, and the weather is apparently not going to be very good. So, look, I don't want to prepare anybody to be really disappointed tomorrow, but the offense is going to have some problems. Let's just go ahead and get that out of the way now. The offense, we got some promising signs last week and the week before. Jimmy Graham is being used a little more effectively. There are some signs of life, minor signs of life from this rushing attack. We'll see who we have back there tomorrow. We obviously have good receivers. Tyler Lockett looks healthy finally. It could be a slog, and the slog could be enough to make this game dramatic at the end, and in some scenarios even enough to cause a loss. So this isn't, I don't expect this to be some easy blowout victory. I don't think this offense in this environment, in this situation, is going to be everything that we want it to be. It just, the way things are playing out, I think it's going to be a low-scoring defensive game. Hopefully we can get some turnovers, because if we get turnovers, get the ball in the red zone without the offense having to do anything. That'll obviously break the game open because then we put the 49ers in a situation where they have to throw. Pass rush can tee off a little bit. And, look, looks like we're getting Luke Jokel back, which is huge for our running game and our passing game, I think. We are getting Jimmy Graham tomorrow. He showed up on the injury report, but he's going to play. All this stuff maybe will blow up a little bit tomorrow. It's on the table, but reading the terrain, reading the environment, it just doesn't feel like the kind of game where you walk out of it feeling great about your offense. 16 points, 20 points, something like that, and you hope that's going to be enough to win a game. That's what I got. And 2 goals tomorrow. You got to win. I'm not saying you have to win by a lot or you have to win easily, but you have to win. And no devastating season-ending injuries, because that will ruin the season just as much as a loss. We've had enough of that lately. We cannot have it tomorrow. So I'd like to tell you that I feel great about all that, but that turf with potentially bad weather tells me that some ankles, some hamstrings, it's not going to be as clean as we hope. But I have confidence that they're going to find a way to win. So hopefully this time tomorrow we're all feeling just a little bit better about this team's chances, and we can all get ready to gear up for a pretty brutal last 5 games of the season against some very strong teams, very competitive teams. All right, see y'all tomorrow.